NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the 6-2 Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Hudson River Rats from Carson Park. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Rats, and then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, even though it's not a league game, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River League to see where things stand so far this season. Also, we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Carson Park in Eau Claire. So, it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time hero to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will face the Hudson River Rats in a non-league game from Carson Park in Eau Claire. The 6-2 Cavaliers are coming off a 7-4 loss to the Holman Features on Wednesday. Now, leading the way at the plate for the Cavaliers in that game was Cooper Kapanke, who went 3 for 4 and picked up 2 RBI.
And a ground ball through into right field. 2 runs are going to come in to score as Cooper Kapanke hits a 2 RBI single.
Campbell Kapanke was also productive, going 2 for 4, including an RBI double.
And the pitch, long fly ball out into left field. It's way back. It turned him. It's going to be off the wall in the warning track. Redwine rounds third. He's coming into the plate. He's going to score. And Campbell Kapanke gets an RBI double.
Caden Erickson provided 2 runs and a single where his hustle got him to third base following an error by Features right fielder Adam Quam.
And the pitch, line shot out into right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. And Erickson, it gets past the first baseman, and Erickson's going to check in at third. He slides in, and he's safe. He got in under the tag. It was close, but he got in under the tag. I think what they're going to do is give him a hit and an error.
In addition, Gabe O'Brien came through with a double.
And the pitch. There's a shot out into left center field. It's through the gap. And checking in at second is Gabe O'Brien, and Caden Erickson is at third.
Taking the loss for the Cavaliers was Andrew Milner, who was roughed up for 2 2/3 innings. He gave up 5 runs, but only 2 were earned while striking out 4. Newcomer Jake Fisher closed things out for the Cavs, going 3 innings and not allowing any runs and only giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. Today, the Cavaliers play host to the Hudson River Rats in a non-league game. The Rats play in the St. Croix Valley Baseball League, and just like Wednesday's opponent, the Features, they make regular appearances in the WBA playoffs. However, we haven't been able to find much more about the Rats, so I guess we'll learn more about them as tonight's game progresses. So far this season, leading the way for the Cavaliers at the plate is Cooper Kapanke, who's hitting at a .563 pace, with 3 of his 9 hits being doubles. Coming in with a .471 batting average is Gabe O'Brien, who has 4 doubles and a home run. Caden Erickson, along with Xavier Bemnister, are hitting at 375, while Campbell Kapanke is batting 357 and leading the team in extra base hits, hitting 5 doubles and a triple. Josh Garcia rounds out the Cavaliers, hitting over 300 by batting 308. On the mound, the Cavaliers are being led by Lucas Costley. He's posted a 3-0 record with a 3.26 ERA and has struck out 24 in his 19 1/3 innings pitched, including 2 complete games. Jalen Pascal has a 1-0 record and is posting a 1.80 ERA. As a staff, the Cavaliers have a combined ERA of 3.60 with a whip of 1.45. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective as we chat with him on the Ryan Bemnister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, June 10th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Midwest Warriors from Simpson Field on the UW Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, June 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bemnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bemnister Show.
Once again, we're sitting here at the Goat Coffee House talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister. And Ryan, today the Cavaliers will continue their non-league play by taking on the Hudson River Rats. But, of course, before we get to that game, back on Wednesday, the Cavaliers suffered only their second loss of the season at the hands of the Holman Features. Your comments about that one?
Well, Holman's a good team. We knew that going in and stuff, and they were even shorthanded, and they were well put together. We saw 3 really good pitchers on their end there. We just couldn't get anything rolling. Couldn't get that big break inning. You know, we just got one at a time here and there. And I mean, we battled back at the end, lost 7-4. Overall, for us, I think we needed to be a little bit more aggressive at the plate. We kind of fell behind in the count too many times and kind of got in trouble there for a few strikeouts. And like I said, never could put the good, big offensive inning together.
Yeah, in fact, in that game, the Cavalier bats once again struggled to, like you were alluding to, put hits together in order to score until you got to the 9th inning. Then you kind of found a way to put that combination together, put a couple runs across the plate, but of course the hole was too deep to dig your way out of by that point. Your thoughts overall about the Cavalier hitting?
Yeah, they struggled a little bit. I think we needed to just go back to where we were, you know, a few days earlier when we played Jim Falls, when they had this different approach at the plate. And we were talking to guys last night, and everybody seemed like there was something in the air. It just the energy wasn't there, the enthusiasm wasn't there, and everybody knew it. All the guys knew it in the dugout. They were trying to get each other going, but again, if you can't string together 2, 3, 4 hits in a row, it's really hard to get anything rolling. I tell you the truth, I don't think we even had a single walk in that game.
No, they did not walk a batter.
Nope, they didn't walk a batter. So I mean,
struck out 11.
Tells you something about their pitching too. Mm-hmm. I mean, good pitching's gonna equal out good hitting and stuff like that. And we had good pitching performance last night. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised, and surprised is the bad way to put it, with Tyson and our new guy Jake. I mean, Tyson's been pitching 1 or 2 innings here and there for us, but last night he strung together 3 really solid innings for us. Only gave up the 1 run, but he looked sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So and so did Jake coming to the team, UW guy. So yeah, it looked good in the end. And Milner gave us a couple in the beginning. Hav got us out of 1 inning. Yeah, so that's where we were at.
All right, Wednesday, it kind of looked like an example of Cavalier pitching being effective the first time through an opponent's lineup. But once that lineup turns over and the pitcher starts facing batters a second time, that's when trouble starts to develop. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, you know, we got to make adjustments on the mound, and those guys got to know that, and they have to know what they have to do to make those adjustments. We had a new catcher behind the plate in Cade Mueller, so that's the first time Andrew's thrown to him, and actually Xavier and Tyson threw to him also. So first time behind the plate for him, but he's an experienced catcher at UW-Eau Claire here too. He did a great job behind the dish. We just have to mix it up a little bit more in the pitches as they come through the second time in the lineup and the third time in the lineup, because we're going to need some of these guys to pitch more than just 3 innings. And last night was kind of one of those games where we had to think ahead a little bit to conference this weekend, because we have a lot of games in a row in the next couple of weeks here. We're going to finish with like 5 or 6 this week in a 7-day span. So it's a lot of games, and we just need to mix it up better going through the second time in that lineup.
Now today the Cavaliers face off against the Hudson River Rats. That's another team that seems to qualify for WBA postseason play year after year. What can you tell us about the Rats?
I don't know much about them other than that they're going to be a WBA team. They're always really good. Hudson's always very good in each of the sports that they play, especially baseball. So we expect them to be similar to what the Holman features were at. This is one of the things we talked about at the beginning before the season started, I should say, with a couple of board members. Like, I don't want to play teams that we can just beat up on the record and stuff. I said I want challenging teams are going to be in the WBA, and that's what they got us so far. Mm-hmm. Teams that we're going to see in every non-conference team that we played this year so far, we could see in the WBA, and actually saw one of them last year in the WBA. So I think Hudson falls into that category, and we're not going to overlook them. Obviously we're looking towards the conference stuff, but we're not overlooking Hudson at all on Friday.
Now, who's getting the call to the mound tonight for the Cavaliers?
So tonight we're going to go with Jackson Vance. We used up a little bit of pitching on Wednesday, more than I wanted to. But we're going to go Jackson Vance right away. I'm going to have Drew Watke on the ready. And if we need to just tax a guy to get an inning or two, we're going to see whose arms are ready. We're hoping to have Mitch Mahler back by then. He's still a little injured. That's the reason Vance didn't pitch on Wednesday either, because of his injury from Osseo, but he's going to be good to go. He told me for Friday, or for tonight. Jeez, I mix my days up.
It happens to all of us.
Yeah. So he said he'll be good to go, so we're going to go with Jackson right away.
Well, Ryan, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Cavaliers can get right back on the winning track.
Hope so.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bempnister Show, presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bempnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Hudson River Rats. Now, even though tonight's game is a non-league game for the Cavaliers, it's still a good idea to get caught up on the recent action in the Chippewa River Baseball League. The Cavaliers were defeated in a non-CRBL game on Wednesday by a score of 7-4. In other CRBL action on Wednesday, the Jim Falls Sturgeons were defeated by the Tilden Tigers 10-0 at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. And in Strum, the Beef River Bullfrogs were knocked off by the Eau Claire Bears 11-2. That leaves the league standings as follows. In the North, the Tilden Tigers have a 3-game lead over the 3-4 Bloomer Woodticks. The Cadott Red Sox are 2-4 and 3.5 games off the pace. Meanwhile, the Jim Falls Sturgeons and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks are 5 and 4.5 games back, respectively. In the South, the unbeaten 7-0 Osseo Merchants hold a 1-game lead over the Eau Claire Rivermen. In third place at 4-1 are the Eau Claire Cavaliers, just 2 games off the pace. The Eau Claire Bears are 2.5 games back at 4-2, while the Augusta Athletics and the Beef River Bullfrogs are 5.5 and 6 games back, respectively. In addition to the Cavaliers hosting the Hudson River Rats in non-league action, other CRBL games scheduled for tonight include the Eau Claire Rivermen traveling to John Soine Field in Osseo to take on the Osseo Merchants. And tomorrow, the Cadott Red Sox will place host to the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Sunday, June 11th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:05 p.m. That's a live Eau Claire Cavalier doubleheader on Sunday, June 11th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, we're going to get to know Connor O'Reilly. And Connor, can you give us a little bit of your baseball background?
Yeah, I played in high school ever since I can't remember, and then I played some ball in Eau Claire here for the college team, and then the last 2 summers I've been playing amateur ball back in Minnesota. So.
Okay, now when did you start playing baseball?
Oh, I was probably, I don't know, maybe like 2nd grade, whenever they started the young guys, so.
Now, aside from the Cavaliers, what's the highest level of baseball that you've played?
College gate for the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, so.
Okay, and what did you play for them?
I was a catcher.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, can you tell us about your most memorable baseball experience? That could either be as a player or as a fan.
It had to be my junior year of high school. I didn't get my senior year. But it had to be, we went to the section championship, and then we didn't make it, but that was a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun to get your team on a roll and to experience that ride.
Yeah, we were the underdogs. We were like a 7th seed in the championship, so it was fun.
That's pretty cool. All right, how about filling us in a little bit about your family and other people that might be cheering for you either at Carson Park or at the games or on the live stream?
Definitely my mom, my aunts, my grandma for sure, and hopefully my brother can come out to a few games.
I'll just make sure you let them know. NLWN-TV on YouTube, they can watch you play.
Perfect. Grandma will tune in for sure.
Right away. Way to go, Grandma. We'll be looking for you. All right. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies for sure.
What kind?
Monster cookies.
Monster. Grandma made them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Your favorite color and why?
It had to be purple because that was my high school color, and it just stuck with me. So.
All right. That's a pretty good reason. If you could have a superpower, what do you think it would be?
Like teleport maybe. Get places faster, save money, efficient.
All right. Here's the tough part of this. If you have a superpower, of course you have to have a superhero name. What's it going to be?
Oh, Christ.
That one's already taken.
Lightyear, maybe?
Okay.
Kind of boring, but...
Okay. All right. Your favorite major league team as you were growing up?
The Twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And the major leaguer who inspired you the most?
Trout.
Okay. All right.
He works his butt off.
And as you were growing up, you must have had a favorite movie or TV show. It doesn't matter, whichever kind.
Ooh, that's tough. I don't really watch movies or TV. I'm more of an outdoors person.
All right, so it's whatever's happening outside.
Exactly.
There you go. We're talking with Connor O'Reilly on Cavalier Profile. And Connor, when you're not playing baseball, I'll bet we're going to find you outside somewhere.
Yeah, I'm either hunting, fishing. I just got into bicycling. That's a lot of fun.
Some really good trails in this area, too.
There are, and just going to class every day. It's a lot of fun.
All right. So when people watch Cavalier games, where on the field are they going to find you most likely?
Either behind the plate or out in the outfield.
Okay. All right, we want to thank Connor O'Reilly for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more of In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service. Any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today, the Cavaliers face off against the Hudson River Rats in non-CRBL action. This game continues to provide a great opportunity for the Cavaliers to get their bats going full strength so that when they get back to league action, they can keep pace with the division front-running Osseo Merchants. Keys to today's game include, can the Cavaliers continue to fine-tune their game and continue to gel as a team? Tonight, the Cavs are facing a team which is continually strong and makes nearly annual appearances in WBA postseason play. So we have some exciting Cavalier baseball for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment, I'll be joining the rest of our broadcast crew at Carson Park in Eau Claire as we bring you all the action of tonight's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Hudson River Rats. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball into left field. Could it be? Could it be? Way back. Toss the fence and it's out of here. It's a 3-run home run and the Cavaliers take the lead.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good evening. And welcome to, I'm not getting anything on my audio, but maybe I am. It looks like we are. It's just my headphones that aren't getting anything. So that's okay, I'll believe this. Rick Olson here along with Dan Cutchow and Cassie Johnson-Nelson and Jeremy DeGrosse. Ready to bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Hudson River Rats, and we've been scrambling up here. We just got the River Rats lineup. Dan is busily writing his version of it down, and Cassie's been writing down in a couple of places. Steve Kent over in the public address booth has been busy trying to get it. The Cavaliers are taking their infield warm-ups right now. We are just about ready to get things rolling. So I'll tell you what, we're going to take a little bit early break as we get things organized here, and we'll be back with Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How is it? Is it good?
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Well, now I figured out what was going wrong with our audio when we first came to you. Dan and I are using different headsets, and I pressed the wrong button. That's what happens when you press the wrong button. It's operator error. All right, the Hudson River Rats are out getting ready to take their infield and outfield warm-up drills. They do have two players with odd-colored jerseys. One guy is dressed in all white. That's Noah Berger. He's not in the starting lineup. And there's somebody out in right field. I think that's Spencer Traynor. And he's wearing number 22 with a dark blue jersey. And Jeremy's saying 25. There's binoculars there. Cassie's on it. Sam Glade, maybe? But according to what they gave us in the lineup, Spencer Traynor, number 22, is out there. So we'll have to see. But anyway, Dan, why don't you go ahead and tell us who's playing in tonight's game based on the lineups that we were given by the managers of each team.
Yeah, here's the starters for the Hudson River Rats. They're going to go with their third baseman, number 2, Mitch Lewis. He'll lead them off. Batting second will be their shortstop, number 3, Jake Busson. Batting third will be the right fielder, number 22, Spencer Traynor. Batting fourth will be their designated hitter, number 33, Teddy Donna. Batting fifth will be their center fielder, number 17, Taylor Mattern. Batting sixth will be their left fielder, number 11, Jason Holler. Batting seventh will be their first baseman, number 16, Eli Rambo. Batting eighth will be their catcher, number 5, Kyle Hovey. And batting ninth will be their second baseman, number 3, Owen Welsh. And on the mound will be James Chouette. For the Cavaliers, batting first will be their second baseman, number 6, Caden Erickson. Batting second will be their left fielder, number 27, Campbell Kapanke. Batting third will be their right fielder, number 47, Gabe O'Brien. Batting fourth will be their extra hitter, number 20, Jack Redwine. Batting fifth will be their center fielder, number 4, Xavier Bedminster. Batting sixth will be their first baseman, number 19, Cole Timon. Batting seventh will be their third baseman, number 9, Cade Mueller. Batting eighth will be their catcher, number 13, Connor O'Reilly. Batting ninth will be their designated hitter, number 14, Luke Erickson. And batting 10th will be their shortstop, number 17, Ben Boda, with number 5, Jackson Vance on the mound.
And Jackson Vance comes into today's game with a 1-0 record and a 4.50 earned run average. And somewhere around here I had all kinds of Cavalier information, and there we go. Vance is making his third appearance. It's his first start of the season. He's given up 2 hits with 1 run. It was earned. And he does have, like we said, a 1-0 record on the season. Cole Timon moves 90 feet down the base path, playing first base tonight instead of being behind the plate. But that's not an unusual move for a manager to make. Cooper Kapanke is somewhere else tonight and not here. So Cole Timon goes over to play first base, and as a catcher, you develop a pretty good glove, and so he is going to use that glove over at first base as well. In addition, Cole Timon is our Geno's player of the game. And so For those of you unfamiliar with that, if you go out to Gino's Pizza at the intersection of Highways 93 and I-94 tomorrow, and you mention Cole Timon's name, you'll get yourself a free soft drink. And then if Cole should manage to score today, that soft drink turns into a free appetizer. And I know a couple games ago, or maybe it was the last game, I made the comment that if Cole Timon is ever our Gino's player, that his courtesy runner will count for scoring a run. But Cole's at first base tonight, so he won't have a courtesy runner. So Cole's going to have to score the run on his own. And in fact, Ryan Bemnister and I were just kind of chuckling about that before the game. And the umpires are waiting for the River Rats to finish up. River Rats in their red tops with white pants, gray numbers on those red tops, red hats. Cavaliers in their home whites with red numerals outlined in blue. And their red, white, and blue caps. And so today the Cavaliers are going to try to bounce back and get things going again after that loss they took. You know, Dan, that was just one bad inning is really all it was. That third inning, they gave up 6 runs, and the worst part of that was 5 of those runs were unearned.
Yeah, late rally in the end, they just came up a little short. You know, they put something together towards the in the 6th or 7th, and but Holman just jumped out to that early lead. In the third
inning? Yeah, that's when they put those 6 runs across.
So, yeah, this would be a good bounce back game here for the Cavs tonight.
And of course, they're taking on the Hudson River Rats, who are a lot like Holman, perennial players in the WBA playoffs. They play out of the St. Croix Valley League. And they're just wrapping up their infield warm-ups. And now we'll get the managers and umpires to meet at home plate. And we'll have today's national anthem. By the way, the umpires for tonight's game, Doug Matthews will be on the bases. Teddy Joas will be behind the plate. And we'll send it out to the public address announcer.
Your very own 6-2 Eau Claire Cavaliers. The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to remind you that attending this event is a privilege. With this privilege comes the responsibility to conduct himself in a manner that is enjoyable for all fans and participants. They will behave in such a manner that will result in removal from this facility. Let us remember to show pride in our teams and communities that demonstrate good sportsmanship toward all players, coaches, fans, and officials. Thank you. Foul balls on the property of Eau Claire Cavaliers baseball club. Please return all foul balls to the souvenir stand located on the third baseline. You'll receive a $1 token good for use at the souvenir stand. As a friendly reminder, Carson Park Baseball Stadium is a non-smoking facility, but you must smoke. Yes, you please leave the stadium. Again, there is no smoking in Carson Park Baseball Stadium. Thank you. Finally, all fans, especially those in the bleachers, we are reminded that a baseball game and foul balls entry stands at a high rate of speed. We ask that you remain alert at all times. All right, starting out, speaking with Hudson River Rats. Ready on, confined third base. Number 2, Mitch Lewis. Batting second, the shortstop. Number 3, Jake Hudson. Batting third, playing right field. Number 22, Spencer Trainer. Hitting fourth, the designated hitter. Number 33, Teddy Brown. Batting fifth, playing center field. Number 17, Taylor Madden. Batting sixth, left fielder, number 11, Jason Howard. Hitting seventh, the first baseman, number 16, Eli Rambo. Batting eighth and catching, number 5, Tyler Cole. Batting ninth, second baseman, number 3, Owen Roach. And hitting 10th to the pitcher, number 34, James Schutte. The River Rats are coached by Chris Loresh. Now, the starting lineup for your Eau Claire Cavaliers. Leading off, on second base, number 16, Erickson. Batting second, the left fielder, number 27, Cam Kalpanky. Hitting third, playing right field, number 47, Gabe O'Brien. Batting cleanup, the extra hitter, number 20, Jack Redline. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 4, Xavier Bemnister. Hitting sixth, the first baseman, number 19, Cole Timon. Hitting seventh, the third baseman, number 9, Cade Euler. Batting and catching, number 13, Connor O'Reilly. Batting ninth, designated hitter, number 14, Luke Erickson. And hitting 10th, the shortstop, number 17, Ben Moda. And pitching for the Cavaliers, number 5, Jackson Vance. The Cavs are coached by Ryan Bemnister and he's assisted by Brian Meyer. The officials for tonight's game. On the bases, Mr. Doug Matthews. And behind home plate, Sir Theodore Gross. Now, would you please rise if you're able, remove your hats and honor America to the playing of our national anthem.
And that was the playing of our national anthem here at Carson Park. As we're getting ready to bring you tonight's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Hudson River Rats. Cavaliers come into today's game with a record of 6 wins and 2 losses. The River Rats are coming in with a record of 4 wins and 5 losses. Jackson Vance on the mound. He's been itching to get a start, and so he gets one tonight. Well, Dan, you did a little scrambling to get here in time for this game.
For some reason, work always gets in the way.
Especially when you're out making hay. You got to make hay when the sun shines, right?
That's right.
And you've had some great hay-making weather lately. It's been so dry.
Yeah, we were hustling, but we got it in.
You cut it in the morning, flip it in the afternoon, bale it in the evening. It's been that dry, you can get it put away by nighttime.
Yeah, don't look up at the sky. You don't want to see any raindrops. Just keep working.
And it was a good thing you got it in today. Weather forecast is saying we might get a little bit of rain tomorrow. just in time for us to be at the Eau Claire Cowboys football game at UW Eau Claire tomorrow on NLWN-2. And Dan is our intrepid cameraman up on top of the press box there.
I'll be the ground rod.
There you go. We're going to bring that awning just in case it brings some rain a little bit and try to keep you a little bit dry up there. I have a funny feeling that game for the Cowboys tomorrow is not going to be like the last one we broadcast where they ended up winning 70-0.
Yeah, they're on a roll right now, besides that one loss.
So, we're getting ready to get started here, and stepping up for the Hudson River Rats is Mitch Lewis, the shortstop. Or check that, the third baseman. Vance delivers, and the first pitch is high for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. That was a strike right down the middle of Water Street. One ball and one strike to Mitch Lewis. Vance delivers the 1-1 pitch, and that's a strike on the inside third of the plate. One ball and two strikes. Vance works from the belt. Here's the pitch, a little bit high. Counts even at 2-2. Vance delivers the 2-2 pitch. That's outside. Count goes full. Vance delivers. That's outside for ball four. Leadoff walk.
Yeah, he tried to work that outside zone and just couldn't get that edge.
That's going to bring up shortstop Jake Busson. Dan, they're trying really hard to confuse us today because Jake Busson wears number 3, as does the second baseman Owen Welch. High fly, foul territory. Erickson heading over that way. It falls into the bullpen area. So it's a long strike. Pitch is high for a ball. Counts even at 1-1. Lewis on first. 1-1 the count to Jake Busson. Vance delivers. Foul back into the screen. And Dan is never going to take a foul ball for granted again.
I think I twitched a little bit right there. Lewis dancing around on first. The pitch is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, those of you who weren't with us on Wednesday, there was a screaming foul ball came right through the window of the press box, right between Dan and Cassie. Fly ball out to center field. Drifting back is Bedminster, and he makes the catch. So 1 down.
And it brings up the right fielder, Spencer Trainer.
Right fielder, number 22, Spencer Trainer. Freshman, number 25.
Runner at first takes his lead, and the pitch is inside. Called strike, it got the inside corner. Vance looks in, takes a peek over at first. And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Connor O'Reilly behind the plate, ready to fire down if necessary. Mitch Lewis making a lot of action over there. So far hasn't gone anywhere. And the 0-2 pitch coming up here. Here it comes. Fly ball out into right field. Coming in is O'Brien. He makes the catch for 2 down. Brings up Teddy Donna. Teddy Donna is the designated hitter. And if that name sounds familiar, there was a home and feature player by the exact same name on Wednesday. We might have to do a little check and see if Steve knows whether this is the same guy. First pitch caught the outside corner, and Steve just kind of gave us a, yes, it is. Features and the River Rats play in different leagues, so he can bounce between teams. Runner goes, the pitch is a called strike, throw down to second, not in time. And Mitch Lewis is safe at second. No balls, 2 strikes to Teddy Donna. Lewis at second. Vance looks in for the sign. Peeks over at second. And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. He chased the high heat that time. And for the River Rats, there were no runs, no hits, no errors. There was 1 runner left on base. And we've completed a half inning. Hudson River Rats 0, and the Cavaliers are coming to bat on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
And a happy birthday singing by the crowd to Dick Gabus, 96 years young here at the ballpark tonight. Boy, when I get to be 96, I hope I'm spending days at the ballpark as well. So leading off for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the first inning, Caden Erickson steps to the plate batting .375. And a fly ball out into left field. Heading over and making the catch is Holler out there in left field. One pitch, one out. That's going to bring up Campbell Kapanke, batting .357. Campbell leading the team in extra base hits.
Number 27, Kapanke.
He's got 5 doubles and a triple so far on the season. And the first pitch is fouled away off the right side.
That ball brought to you by Madison Street Auto Body. Located East Main Street, Eau Claire.
No balls and 2 strikes now. Campbell Kapanke. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that got him right in the cheek. No, it went behind him. Must have been one of those balls that Ann was talking about when we were up in Jim Falls where you can't see the shadow. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was so far inside, it was outside. And it's a called third strike on the outside corner. So Campbell Kapanke goes down looking. It's going to bring up Gabe O'Brien. Gabe is batting .471 on the season. He's also got quite a few extra base hits. Strike called on the outside corner.
$17 at bats.
With 4 doubles.
7
Pitch
RBIs.
is low for a ball.
7 RBIs.
And he's also got a home run.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike to Gabe O'Brien. And there's a line shot out into center field for a base hit. O'Brien rounds first and holds. And that'll bring up the extra hitter, Jack Redwine. Jack has the other home run for the Cavaliers this season. He's batting .273. O'Brien takes his lead at first. And the pitch. Chopper over to second, scooped up there by Welch, throw over to first, and they got him. So for the Cavaliers, they pick up no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base. We've played 1 inning, and we have no score from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Back here at Carson Park, Rick Olson with you, along with Dan Petschow. Cassie Johnson Nelson sitting there at the computer doing her usual spectacular job there. And Jeremy DeGrosse giving you the good looks at the ball game with the camera. And he looks over here and says, and my looks. Well, Jeremy, there's a reason that you're behind the camera.
You have the face for a cameraman.
Yeah. That's all right. I've got a face for radio, so it's okay. As we head into the top of the second inning, man, you're slipping on the job, not turning things around over here.
I only have one job to do up here.
Yeah, and you're forgetting it. Taylor Mattern is leading off the top of the second inning for the River Rats. He'll be followed by Jason Holler and Eli Rambo. Jackson Vance gave up a leadoff walk in the first inning and then got out of the inning without any damage. First pitch to Mattern is outside for a ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A little bit low. Two balls and no strikes to Taylor Mattern. Vance delivers. Strike called on the inside corner. Teddy Joas does like those corners on both sides of the plate, it appears. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's outside. 3 balls and a strike. And the 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4. Taylor Mattern draws a walk. It's going to bring up Jason Holler, left fielder.
96, left fielder, number 11, Jason Holler.
Mattern takes his lead at first. Vance peeks over and delivers. Swinging and a miss for strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Vance shakes off a sign. Now he's at the belt. And the 0-2 pitch. Just missed outside.
Must have been a little low.
One ball, 2 strikes. Mattern takes his lead at first. Jason Holler at the plate. Vance delivers the 1-2 pitch. Check swing, and he went around for strike 3. Holler goes down, technically swinging. Brings up Eli Rambo, the first baseman.
97, first baseman, number 16, Eli Rambo.
Funny, he doesn't look much like Sylvester Stallone. And down to second goes Taylor Mattern. The first pitch was a called strike.
Yeah, both players for Hudson both got good jumps so far.
Mattern at second now. He takes a lead. Vance delivers. That's outside for a ball. To Eli Rambo. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And one of the Ospreys coming in with supper for the young'uns. And the pitch. In the dirt, and it gets away from O'Reilly. Back to the backstop, and Mattern scoots over to third base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jackson Vance at the belt. And the 2-2 pitch. Pop up in the infield. Coming in is Mueller, and he makes the catch from third base. That's going to bring up Carl Hove, the catcher, or Kyle Hove.
Number 5, the catcher, Tyler Hove.
It is Kyler Hove. Whoever wrote this lineup on my lineup sheet was in a hurry. So every now and then you leave a letter off when that happens. And the pitch is inside. Oh, caught the inside edge. Hove did the get out of the way dance, but it caught the edge of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner at third. Vance at the belt. And the 0-2 pitch. High pop foul. Out of play.
That ball up by located 2196 110th Street, Chicken Fall.
Straight back over the grandstand. That one was kind of aiming towards you there, Dan. Just a little too high.
Apparently I'm a magnet.
No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is outside. That's a pretty good chase pitch right there. High fastball off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 down. Runner at third. Here's the pitch. And a chopper foul down the third base line.
That ball brought to you by the Goat Coffee House, located 336 Water Street, North Clay.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Kyler Hove at the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's low for a ball. Counts even at 2-2. Taylor Mattern at third. Vance peeks over at third. And the 2-2 pitch. Line shot out into center field for a base hit. Mattern comes in to score. And Hove checks in at first base. So it's an RBI single for Kyler Hove.
Yeah, they must have watched the Holman game the other night, because that's what Holman did all night. Just those little punches right out the center field.
That brings up second baseman Owen Welch. Ball skips right about at the plate. Ball 1. This is the other number 3. And the pitch. That one's low. Heading down to second. Throw it. Doesn't get there. Goes out into center field, but gets backed up by Xavier Bemnister. Erickson tried to put the tag on before he quite had the ball in his possession, and Hove ended up being safe. I think had Erickson hung on to the ball, he might have had him there. Pretty good throw that time. Here's the pitch. That misses inside. 3 balls, no strikes. 1 on, 2 down, 1 run in for the Hudson River Rats. Vance delivers. And it's ball 4. That takes us back to the top of the order, and Mitch Lewis. And we're going to get a walk to the mound by manager Ryan Bemnister.
Yeah, probably just a little defensive strategy here.
Just make sure that he's still feeling okay. Just relax, get the guy at the plate. Sometimes a pitcher starts struggling and it kind of gets into his head.
Yeah, he was trying to, that last batter, he was trying to work that bottom half of the zone. And just didn't work for him.
And the conference breaks up. So, now Mitch Lewis steps in. He drew a walk his first time up. 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. That missed low. It was right down the middle of the plate, but just a little bit low. Vance glances over at second. And the 1-0 pitch. Soft liner out into right field, falls in for a base hit, rounding third. Coming in to score is Hogue. Throw over to third and safe there. And checking in at first is Mitch Lewis with an RBI single.
Yeah, you don't have to get fancy. Just those little punches into the outfield. Get on base.
2 runs in this inning. And up steps Jake Busson, the shortstop. This is the first number 3 in their lineup. Here's the pitch. Strike called. That one was at the knees. Runners on the corners. Lewis takes a lead at first. Welch at third. And a ground ball over to short. Grabbed there by Boda, throw to second, and they got him at second. So give Busson credit for a fielder's choice. 6-4, and Lewis is out at second. So, for the River Rats, they pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no Cavalier errors, and 2 left on base. We've completed an inning and a half, and it's the Hudson River Rats 2 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
We head into the bottom of the second inning. The Hudson River Rats have opened up a 2-0 lead on the Cavaliers. Due up for the Cavs, Xavier Bemnister, our Geno's player of the game, Cole Tyman, and then Cade Mueller. Bemnister steps to the plate batting .375.
He has 4 ribbies.
And a strike on the outside corner. James, how did you pronounce that name there, Dan? Pitch is low for a ball.
James Chouette.
Chouette. I think that sounds right, so. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Xavier Bemnister. You know, there folks probably always wonder, how do you pronounce Bemnister? Pitch just missed Xavier on the top of the head. Two balls and 1 strike. Sweat at the belt. And the pitch. It's outside for ball 3. Well, Dan, I think he's tried his breaking pitches, and they aren't that close right now, so here comes the fastball.
Right down the middle.
There's the wind and the pitch. And it's a fastball fouled off. Count is full to Xavier Bemnister. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's inside for ball 4. So the Cavs have another base runner. And that brings up our Geno's player of the game, Cole Timon. Mention Cole Timon's name tomorrow out at Geno's Pizza. Get yourself a free soft drink, and if somehow Cole comes around and scores, that'll turn into an appetizer. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, ball 1. Cole's been struggling at the plate. He hits the ball hard, but so far this year it's been right at somebody. On Wednesday, he struck out 3 times. He's been very frustrated at the plate. 1-0 pitch, check swing, and it's a called strike. And Cole kind of agreed with Teddy Joas on that. He nodded his head, okay. Throw over to first. Bemnister back in safely. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Cole Timon. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Moving over to make the catch is Mattern. Once again, Timon hit it hard, but just got under it a little bit. It's going to bring up Cade Mueller, the third baseman. And he's batting .333 on the season. 1 down. Bemnister on first. He takes the lead. Sweat fires. Pitches outside. And they got Bemnister. It was a nice throw by the catcher. Put it right where they needed to. So there's 2 down now and nobody on.
I don't know. They're going to talk about it.
Well,
maybe not very hard.
Ryan Bemnister's going out to find out what he's thinking, and they pat each other on the backside and say, okay, let's play ball. I don't know from here. Now, we're not right down there at the field, but from here, it looked like that ball got there in time. So 1 ball, no strikes is the count to Cade Mueller. Swing and a miss. Foul tip, actually. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's low and in the dirt. Blocked by Hove. 2 balls and a strike. Chouette into his motion and delivers. High pop-up in the infield. Coming in is Rambo, and he makes the catch for the out. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've completed 2, and it's the Hudson River Rats 2 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comroe provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
We're back here at Carson Park, heading into the 3rd inning. Cavaliers trailing 2-0. Due up for the Hudson River Rats in the top of the 3rd. Spencer Trainer, followed by Teddy Donna, and then Taylor Mattern. Jackson Vance coming out for his 3rd inning. I know they would like to get maybe 5 innings out of Jackson Vance because they also have a doubleheader coming up on Sunday against the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks, and that is a league game, and so they want to save some pitching for that if they can do that.
I see Lucas Hosley is here.
But I don't think they're going to throw him tonight because they definitely want him to do one of those games on Sunday. If I were a betting man, I'd bet it would be Lucas Cosley in Game 1 and Jalen Pascal in Game 2.
Number 15, Andrew Milner's here.
And he just threw on Wednesday, so I don't know how ready he is to throw.
And Tyson Woodcock is here. So Ben Minster has options.
Here's the pitch. And it's a strike called on the inside 3rd of the plate to Spencer Trainer. The guy with the wrong color shirt out there. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Most of the River Rats dressed in red shirts with silver numbers. And Trainer has navy blue with white numbers. Here's the pitch. Just missed the outside corner. One ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Jackson Vance. He's also walked 3. Brings up Teddy Donna, who struck out his first time up, the designated hitter. And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Dance looks in and delivers. Line shot, foul! Down the first base line, Cole Timon made a dive for it. It was slicing foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Teddy Donna goes down swinging for the second time tonight. Brings up Taylor Mattern. His first appearance, he walked and then came around and scored on the base hit by Kyler Hove. And that pitch just missed. It must have been low because that caught the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That one's inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Jackson Vance at the belt, the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And the 2-1 pitch. Strike on the inside third of the plate. Mattern didn't believe it, but that was clearly a strike. Even from here, we could see that was a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, and the 2-2 pitch. That one missed low. He's trying to play with that outside corner. Full count to Taylor Mattern. Vance at the belt. Payoff pitch. And that's in the dirt. Mattern draws his second walk of the night. And brings up Jason Holler. Holler went down swinging his first time up. Vance at the belt, and he delivers. Strike called. Pretty much right down the middle of the plate that time. No balls and a strike. 2 down, runner at first. And the pitch. That missed inside. And here comes the pitch. Foul tipped off the face mask of O'Reilly. And the umpire delivers a new ball out to Jackson Vance. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, runner at first, and the pitch. Ground ball to Erickson at second. He's having a tough time fielding it, and he can't quite hang on to it. And that's going to be an error on Caden Erickson at second. Kind of took it off his chest. Eli Rambo at the plate. He popped up to the infield. That was hauled in by Cade Mueller his first time up. And that first pitch misses low. Vance looks in, now looks out at second. And the pitch. That missed low on the inside. 2 balls, no strikes, with 2 down, 2 on. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Strike called right down the middle of the plate that time. He pulled the string on that one, Dan.
Yeah, good pitch there. He's been working on that one here the first 2 innings. Finally finding it.
2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So the count's even at 2-2. With 2 down and 2 on. Deuces are wild, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
2-0. Vance delivers. Ground ball, high hopper to Boda at short, flip to second, and they did not make the out. He beat the throw. And Doug Matthews says he was safe. Now that's going to go in the book as a hit.
Yeah, kind of a bang-bang play there.
So now the bases are loaded with Kyler Hove, who singled his last time up. It was an RBI single. All this with 2 outs. And a hard shot, foul down the third baseline. And we're getting a trip to the mound now by Ryan Bemnister. Nobody had been working down in the bullpen for the Cavs.
Make sure that Connor O'Reilly is on the same page here, where they're planning on bringing this ball.
Right, because they don't want anything getting by O'Reilly and allowing an easy one to score. Kyler Hove at the plate. No balls and 1 strike.
I want to keep it in the inside third.
Jackson Vance at the belt. Looks over at third. Now delivers. It was low. Nice block that time by O'Reilly. One ball and 1 strike. Vance delivers. That was also low. 2 balls and a strike. Vance looks in. And the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball over to short. This time he throws it over to second, and they got it this time. So give Hove credit for a fielder's choice. And for the River Rats, they picked up no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 Cavalier error, and the bases were left loaded. So we've played 2.5, and it's the Hudson River Rats 2 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
And we're back here at Carson Park, heading into the bottom of the third inning. Cavaliers trailing 2-0. Due up for the Cavaliers, we have Connor O'Reilly, Luke Erickson, and Ben Boda. All three of them have been struggling a little bit at the plate tonight, or today, this season. Some measure of time.
Yeah, it's time for that bottom half of the order to find some green grass out there.
Find some gaps in the infield, put it on the grass. James Chouette has done a very efficient job on the mound. So far, he's only faced one more than the minimum. But the Cavs have gotten a runner on base each inning. So, leading off, Connor O'Reilly. Catcher for the Cavaliers tonight. One of very few Cavaliers who wear the high socks. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball. And the pitch. Check swing at ball inside. 2 balls, no strikes. There's the pitch. Fly ball, shallow center field, dropping back to make the catch. Is the shortstop.
Hudson.
So for out number 1. That's going to bring up Luke Erickson, the designated hitter. Erickson batting 133. That missed outside.
15 at-bats.
I was talking with Ryan Bemnister before the game. Here's the pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. And we're both just kind of waiting for Erickson's bat to break loose here. He's due, and he's a better hitter than that 133 shows. Fouled off on the left side, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's all about seeing that ball when it comes across the plate, you know, and if he's picking it up, picking up a fastball, picking up the curveball.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball just outside the infield. Bussin drops back into shallow left field and makes the catch. That brings up the Cavalier shortstop, Ben Boda. Ben's batting 154. This is also a bat that is better than what that average shows. That pitch is a little high.
He has 4 hits.
Here's the pitch. That one called strike on the outside third. Right at the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chouette delivers. Fly ball again. Bussin dropping back. And he made all 3 outs of the inning. So for the Cavaliers, nothing across. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on, and we've completed 3. And it's the Riverettes 2, Cavaliers nothing, and you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
And let's give a shout out to our new viewers from the Menominee area. Enjoying some Cavalier baseball tonight. It's always nice to hear from you. Make sure if you're watching us on YouTube, there is an opportunity to comment there and drop us a line. Let us know you're watching. It's always nice to hear from you. We'll usually throw a shout out there towards you. So Dan is stepping over on the camera for a couple minutes, and now he's holding his hat out. He's ready for any foul balls that come back his way. Leading off the top half of the third inning is Owen Welch. Or top of the fourth inning, I should say. By the way, after one inning, it's Yasiel Merchants leading the Eau Claire Rivermen 1-0. Jackson Vance still on the mound, and ground ball down the third baseline, foul. No balls, one strike. And the pitch. That's inside for a ball. One and one is the count. Vance looks in and delivers. Ground ball to third. Cade Mueller makes the catch, throw over to first, and they got him. Takes us back to the top of the order for the River Rats, and Mitch Lewis, who is 1 for 1. He's singled. It was an RBI single. And he also has drawn a walk. So he's gotten on base both times up. And the pitch, swing and a miss for a strike. No balls, one strike, one out. And a foul ball screams right over the top of the first base bleachers. There are a couple of folks seated out there in those bleachers, and it got their attention. Yeah, Dan did not bring his glove today, but he does have his hat. He's ready. High and inside. Little chin music that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. After that pitch, watch him come to the low outside corner of the plate. Vance delivers. That was high. Riley had to reach for that one. Two balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. That just missed high. He had the plate, just had it a little bit above the letters. So the count goes full. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Erickson at second. Fields it, throws it over to first for the out, and I'll bet Caden Erickson feels good about that because he's been having a rough time out there the last couple games. That brings up Jake Busson, and this is where the Cavaliers have kind of been running into trouble the last couple games. They get 2 outs and then have a hard time putting the team away. That third out is always the tough one to get. And the first pitch missed inside. Busson flew out to center field and then grounded into a fielder's choice. So he's 0 for 2. Vance delivers. Strike called on the outside corner, right at the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Hard shot into the gap into right center field. Rounding first, heading to second, and checking in with a stand-up double is Jake Busson. That's going to bring up Spencer Traynor, who's also 0 for 2. He flew to right and struck out his 2 times up. Now we know if there's any noise coming from over by the camera that it's actually Jeremy and not his stomach, because he just made the trip to the... Is that a chili dog? Oh my goodness, does that look good? Vance delivers the 1-0 pitch, and it's fouled back into the screen. Counts even at 1-1. Busson at second. 2 down. And the pitch, throw down to third, and not in time as Busson steals third. Pitch was a ball.
Hudson's been busy on the bases tonight. 3 steals already.
Vance delivers. That's in the dirt. It gets away from O'Reilly, and in to score is Busson. Scores on the wild pitch. Three balls and 1 strike now to Spencer Traynor as the Hudson River Rats now take a 3-0 lead. And the pitch, line shot foul. Cassie, I hate to say this, but are you parked near me again? Because that was right over where we are.
Yeah, but I'm about...
But Dan's over there.
Yeah, I'm about 20 feet this way.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Traynor goes down swinging, and the River Rats are out of the inning, but not before they pick up a run on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. So we've played 3.5, and it's the Hudson River Rats 3 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Sunday, June 11th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:05 p.m. That's a live Eau Claire Cavalier doubleheader on Sunday, June 11th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, June 10th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Midwest Warriors from Simpson Field on the UW Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, June 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
Back here at Carson Park today, and tomorrow we'll be out at Simpson Field for that Cowboys football game. Leading off the bottom of the third with a called strike is Caden Erickson. Cavaliers have finally turned their lineup over and back to the top of the order. Erickson flew out to left his first time up. Counts even now at 1-1. He took the first pitch, sent it for a ride, but the left fielder, Holler, high pop up to the infield. This is Welch under it, and he makes the put out. That's going to bring up Campbell Kapanke. He went down looking, which is a pretty rare thing for the Cavaliers. It's the only strikeout the Cavaliers have had today. He wasn't too sure of it himself, but Teddy Joas has been real consistent with that outside corner. First pitch is outside for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one's inside, almost got him. Two balls, no strikes. Hitter's pitch coming here. And it missed low. Just like his brother Cooper, Campbell has those high knees, and I think he got the advantage of that one. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and it's outside for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk goes to Campbell Kapanke, and the Cavaliers get a runner on base. Brings up Gabe O'Brien. He has the only Cavalier hit of the night. Singled to center field back in the first inning. And the pitch is high and away for ball 1. Sweat at the belt. Looks over at first and delivers. That was inside. It gets away from Hove and rounding second. And he's going to hold there is Kapanke. So now the Cavaliers have a runner in scoring position with a 2-0 count to Gabe O'Brien. And time being called. Kyler Hove wants to go out and have a talk. Jeremy got a chili cheese dog and discovered they are really messy to try to eat. He just said, this is not doable. He's wearing about as much of it as he's getting in his mouth. O'Brien steps back in. Chouette delivers. High and away, ball 3. He's struggling to find the plate this inning. Bottom of 4. Cavaliers have an opportunity to get a little something going here. And the pitch. Outside, ball 4. That's 2 straight walks given up by Chouette. And it's going to bring up Jack Redwine, who grounded to second his last trip up.
And we're going to get a trip to the mound.
And let's see if they're going to make a change.
I wouldn't think
the whole infield is coming in to have their little conference there. But I didn't see anybody with the popcorn.
Yeah, it looks like maybe number 4, Hunter Fry's going to make his way down to the bullpen. I think that's a 4. 40.
Yeah, I think it's Cody Beavers. 44 going down there. But the conference at the mound is broken up. That's what happens when nobody brings the popcorn. It breaks up pretty quick. Jack Redwine steps in. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. One out, 2 runners on for the Cavaliers. Here's the pitch. That's outside, throw down to second. Kapanke's back in. That was a close play. Well, he knows how far he can lead before he draws a throw. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, you don't want to get thrown out on a base when the pitcher's having a hard time finding home. And the pitch. That's a strike right down the middle. I think Redwine was taking all the way on that. Make sure this guy can throw a strike. Chouette was really struggling. 2 balls and 1 strike. Still a hitter's pitch.
There's a little gap in.
Outside, ball 3.
There's a little gap in right center. If you can find some green grass.
Pretty nice gap out there in left center as well. The 3-1 pitch coming, and here it comes. Strike called on the inside third. Count goes full. Wet at the belt. And the payoff pitch to Redwine. Line shot out into the outfield, into right center field. Kapanke rounds third. He's coming in to score. Checking in at third is O'Brien. And Jack Redwine checks in with a double. So an RBI double by Jack Redwine. Scores Kapanke. Gabe O'Brien's on third. Redwine on second. And Xavier Bemnister comes to the plate. 1 down. 2 runners in scoring position. That's a tying run out there at second. As we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch is outside for a ball. Cavaliers have narrowed the gap now to 3-1. And the pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, if he can get it in the outfield, get a sac fly.
If you can put it on the grass in the outfield, it'll tie the game. Here's the pitch. That's inside. 3-0. I suspect Bemnister is going to be taking all the way on this one. Here's the pitch. High and inside, ball 4. It's the third walk of the inning given up by Chouette. Loads the bases, and up steps Cole Timon. Timon is our Geno's player of the game. Head out to Geno's tomorrow, get yourself a free soft drink. And if Timon finds a way to score, then turns into an appetizer. Here's the pitch. That's strike at the letters. Timon didn't like that call. He thought it was high. When Ryan Bemnister and I were talking earlier, he said it'll be tough for Cole to score. He's not really blessed with speed. Pitch is outside for a ball. And I said, you know, why doesn't he just plant one out in the middle of the football field and then he doesn't have to worry about speed? This would be a great time to do that. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cole Timon. Pitch is outside. Almost got away from Hove. 2 balls and a strike. Timon flew out to center field his last time up. Here's the pitch. That's high. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, Chouette's losing his control right now.
He's thrown a lot of pitches this inning. He's given up 3 walks. Here's a 3-1 pitch. High pop-up, foul territory, drifting over towards the dugout, and Rambo can't make the catch, as is quite common in that situation. As the ball drifts towards out of play, it tends to drift back towards the field, and it came down behind him. So a new breath of life for Cole Timon. Bases loaded, 1 out. Full count to Cole Timon. Here's the pitch. Swing and foul tip right into the glove for the strikeout. So 2 down, and it brings up Cade Mueller, and he popped out to the first baseman, Rambo, his first time up. And the pitch is low and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 down. Bases loaded for the Cavaliers. They've got 1 run in this inning. Here's the pitch. Strike called right at the letters down the middle of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chouette at the belt. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mueller chased one out of the strike zone, and he knew it as soon as he did it. But the Cavaliers do pick up 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, and the bases were left loaded. Missed a golden opportunity for a really big inning, but they do get 1. So after 4 innings, it's the Hudson Riverettes 3 and the Cavaliers 1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Back here at Carson Park, we've completed 4 innings. It's the River Rats 3 and the Cavaliers 1. Due up for Hudson in the 5th inning, we have Teddy Donna, Taylor Mattern, and Jason Holler.
Leading off the top of the 5th for the River Rats, designated hitter Teddy Donna.
So Teddy Donna has struck out twice in his first 2 appearances. Jackson Vance on the mound for the 5th. And that one just missed inside. That was close. Here's the wind and the pitch. Grounder foul down the third base side. Tyson Woodcock chases it all the way out to left field to get it. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Line shot out into straightaway center field for a base hit. Picked up out there by Xavier Bemnister. And Donna's on with a single. That's going to bring up Taylor Mattern, who has walked in his 2 previous appearances. So he technically hasn't had an at-bat yet, although he did score a run. And that pitch just missed low. One ball, no strikes, nobody out, runner on first. Vance delivers. That must have been inside because it looked pretty close again. Teddy Joyce usually calls those corners, not this time though. 2 balls, no strikes. Could have been high. That pitch is high. 3-0 is the count. Nothing happening down in the Cavalier bullpen. Vance delivers the 3-0 pitch, and it's low, and it gets away from O'Brien. He hustles over to get it picked up, and it's a 4-pitch walk. That's 3 times that Taylor Mattern has walked, and we're going to get a visit to the mound. As Ryan Bemnister goes out there to have a talk again. And we're going to get a little bit of action going on down in the Cavalier bullpen. Tyson Woodcock is going down to warm up. Drew Wathke is also going down there. So let's see which one is doing the warming up and which one's doing the catching, because either one of them could possibly be coming in. Teddy Joyce starts to go out to break things up, just as the Cavaliers break it up on their own. Looks like Wathke is going to actually be the one warming up down there in the bullpen. So stepping up for the River Rats is Jason Holler. He's 0 for 2. Struck out and then got on an error. And the pitch. Foul ball. Get ready, Dan.
Yeah, here it comes.
Now he's going to take his headset off so he can get his hat ready. That one just went over the press box to our left. No balls and a strike. 2 on, nobody out. There's the 0-1 pitch is outside, evens the count at 1-1. Donna at second, Mattern at first, Holler at the plate. Jackson Vance looks over at second and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Vance at the belt. Pitch.
It's a little low.
It must have been because it was right down the middle of the plate. It got a groan or two out of the Cavalier dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jason Holler. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That missed low and outside. Count is full now with nobody out. Vance at the belt. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Jeremy over in the corner said he's going to swing. You hit that one, Jeremy.
5 strikeouts for Vance so far.
I've got 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Carry the one.
Carry the one, yeah. You had to use the other hand, Dan.
That's right.
First pitch is inside for a ball. This is Eli Rambo. He's 1 for 2. Popped to third and got an infield hit to second when Cavaliers tried to make the play at second. And it's fouled back into the screen. One ball and 1 strike. Vance at the belt. Peeks over at second. Now delivers. It's outside. It gets underneath O'Reilly, and both runners advance. So that puts Teddy Donna on third. Taylor Mattern on second. And 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 out to Eli Rambo. The 2-1 pitch. Foul back over the press box. Counts even at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Just missed outside. Count is full. Vance looks in for the sign, glances over at third. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's going to bring up the catcher, Kyler Hove, who is 1 for 2. Single back in the second inning. It was an RBI single, and then he grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. And the pitch. Missed low for a ball. Two balls and no strikes with 2 down, 2 on. Jackson Vance trying to get out of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Kapanke ranges over, makes the catch for the 3rd out. So, for the River Rats, they pick up no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 were left on base. And we've completed 4.5. And it's the River Rats 3, Cavaliers 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Back here at Carson Park, very pretty sunset starting to happen over in the west. A little bit hazy, but I think that's some of that Canadian smoke. We've been lucky with that. It hasn't been too bad here, not like it has been on the East Coast.
Air quality in Minneapolis.
Have the air quality alerts in here, Minneapolis, but nothing like they've had on the East Coast. So leading off the bottom half of the 5th inning for the Cavaliers is Connor O'Reilly, who popped to short his last time up. This time he hits a hard shot foul down the 3rd base line. That had extra bases written all over it. Came up about a yard foul. Jeremy's saying that chili dog might be something that's a gift that keeps on giving. And it's a called strike over the inside corner. Now it's no balls, 2 strikes to Connor O'Reilly. And the pitch. Ground ball through the hole down the 3rd base line. And O'Reilly holds up with a single. That's going to bring up Luke Erickson.
And the bottom of the order comes through.
We're going to get a courtesy runner for Connor O'Reilly, Lucas Costley, going out to run the bases. He doesn't get to do that all that often, so I'll bet he's just happy as all get out right now to be out there on first.
See if the coach gives him the steal signal.
And the pitch showing bunt, pop, foul, and the catcher, Hove, catches it. So Erickson tries to lay down the sacrifice bunt and popped it straight up in the air. That's going to bring up Ben Boda. Boda popped out to short his last time up. Costley takes the lead at first. Pitch is high and inside. It gets back to the backstop, and Costley's in at second. Ben Boda, the shortstop for the Cavaliers. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 down. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts even at 1-1. Schwett's pitch, that just missed low. 2 balls and 1 strike. To Ben Boda. Here's the pitch, outside.
They're going to call a strike.
No, he called it a strike. Very delayed call by Teddy Joas. Counts even at 2-2. And the pitch. That was outside and in the dirt. Count is full with 1 out. Lucas Costley on second. He's running for Connor O'Reilly. And the pitch. Pop up in the infield, coming under it. Was Lewis. And he made the out. So Caden Erickson, top of the order, comes up, and he popped out to second his last time up and has also flew out to left. Pitch is high for a ball. Two down, Lucas Costley out on second. Schwett delivers. And that's a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch to Erickson. Fly ball out into right field, falls in for a base hit. Just inside the foul line, and coming in to score is Lucas Costley. So give Caden Erickson a RBI single. And that narrows the game to 3-2 as the Cavaliers narrow the gap. Campbell Kapanke at the plate. Check swing strike called on the inside edge. Kapanke is 0 for 1. He went down looking, but then he walked his last time up and came around to score. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Now it's time for Kapanke to guard the dish. Erickson takes his lead at first. And the pitch. That's outside. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Erickson at first. He takes his lead. Chouette looking in and delivers. That's low and away. Counts even at 2-2. Cooper Kapanke came into today's game batting .357. The 2-2 pitch. High chopper back to the mound. Can't be fielded. The throw over to first. And Kapanke beats it out. I think we'll give him an infield hit on that. I'm not sure how they're going to score that over there. And they did give him the infield hit.
Yeah, right off Chouette's glove. Or maybe it didn't even touch his glove.
And Jeremy going to check to see who's going to have to buy a new set of tires down there in the parking lot. So now the Cavaliers have runners at first and second with 2 down. Gabe O'Brien at the plate. O'Brien is singled and walked. And the pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chouette looks over at second and delivers. And it's low for ball 2. I lost track there. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 down. And the pitch. High fly ball, about second base. Welch under it, and he makes the catch. But for the Cavaliers, they do pick up 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we've now completed 5 innings, and it's the Hudson River Rats 3, Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Back here at Carson Park, and a new rump on the bump for the Cavaliers, Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister on the mound, I think, or is that Jackson Vance still out there? That's still Jackson Vance. His 5 looked like a 4. So I was mistaken. It's not a new rump on the bump. Same old rump. So In the 6th inning, leading off for the River Rats, Owen Welch. And then we go back to the top of the order, Mitch Lewis and Jake Busson. And there is activity going on down in the Cavalier bullpen.
Batting for Hudson. Hitting number 6, Jack Solard.
Drew Wathke is down there warming up. So stepping up to the plate, Owen Welch. He's 0 for 1, grounded to third. He's also drawn a walk. First pitch is a strike. That one painted a stripe right down the middle of Water Street. The 0-1 pitch, inside. Counts even at 1-1. This is a fairly long outing right now for Jackson Vance. And the pitch, fouled back. I'm trying to stretch him out a little bit, see if he can be part of that starting rotation. One ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Foul back on the right side, out of play. Count holds at 1-2. And he looks in and delivers. Foul back into the net.
That foul ball brought to you by Westside Bar and Grill.
1-2 still.
Westside Bar and Grill, EC.com.
Jackson Vance does a little grooming at the rubber. Now he's at the belt. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Owen Welch goes down swinging. Takes us to the top of the order to Mitch Lewis. Lewis is 1 for 2. He had an RBI single. He grounded to second, and he's drawn a walk. Now the pitch. A little bit low for a ball. Vance is doing a pretty good job of finding it left and right. It's some of them just a little low. Here's the pitch. And Cassie's working on trying to undo the frozen screen. And it should be coming back shortly. 2 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1 is now the count to Mitch Lewis. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's high for ball 4. And there it looks like we got our cameras back. I guess they just didn't want you to have to watch Mitch Lewis batting.
It's lost.
And the first pitch is a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And it gets in the dirt, gets away from O'Reilly, and he couldn't find it at first. And down to second goes Mitch Lewis. And the pitch is inside for ball 4, and he draws the walk.
Right here is Spencer Trainer.
And we're going to get a conference at the mound. And those of you listening on the audio service, I'm sorry, but we seem to have somehow lost our audio signal. It's working on the video service. And now we got it back.
Wowza.
There we go. Pretty much got it back the way it was supposed to be. We had a cord that came loose. Funny how when it rains, it pours. So, with 1 out, runners at first and second. And Spencer Trainer at the plate. First pitch is a called strike. Mitch Lewis is on second. Jake Busson on first. Jackson Vance at the mound. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. It's going to find a gap. It's off the wall. 1 run is in. Rounding third. Here comes another run. And they don't get him there. And into third is Spencer Trainer. So he gets a triple with 2 RBIs. And makes the score 5-2. River Rats on top. Teddy Donna at the plate. He's 1 for 3. Struck out twice and singled. And that pitch was low for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. O'Brien heading back. He can't get to it. It's going to find the wall. And he checks in at second. In to score is Trainer. Making it 6-2. And out comes Ryan Bemnister, and he's making a call to the bullpen. And we'll come back with that all figured out right after this timeout as you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
So the new Cavalier pitcher is Drew Wathke, and Wathke comes into the game with a 9.82 earned run average, but he has only thrown 3 2/3 innings so far, and he's given up 8 hits, 4 runs, all 4 were earned. So he's going to try and stem the tide here. The numbers for Jackson Vance: 5 1/3 innings. He gave up 6 runs, all 6 were earned on 6 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 7 walked batters. Taylor Mattern at the plate. Mattern has walked all 3 times up. Second pitch is a ball, 2-0. Taylor Mattern, very patient at the plate. Pop, foul out of play. Into the screen, very high, and came down on the screen. 2 balls and a strike. One out. Runner at second. And it's a called strike on the outside corner.
Big
Taylor
curve.
Mattern. Wathke delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Two down. Jason Holler at the plate. Holler is 0 for 3, struck out twice and got on an error. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Nice framing job that time by Connor O'Reilly. And it's a high pop-up. It's in the infield. O'Reilly makes the catch for the 3rd out. So, for the Hudson River Rats, they picked up 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no Cavalier errors and 1 left on base. So we've completed 5 1/2, and it's the River Rats 6 and the Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network at NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
Back here at Carson Park. And Chouette still on the mound for the Hudson River Rats. Due up for the Cavaliers, we have Jack Redwine, Xavier Bemnister, and Cole Timon. And I made a mistake. Now pitching for the River Rats is Cody Beavers. So Chouette went 5 innings. We'll get you his numbers in a little bit. Fly ball out into right field, and Redwine gave it a ride, but it wasn't quite enough. And hauled in out there by Trainer. And that brings up Xavier Bemnister, who hasn't had an official at-bat yet. He's walked twice. And a strike called. And the pitch missed on the outside for a ball, 1-1. Two balls and a strike now. Pop up in the infield. Beavers over to make the catch, and he does. That brings up our Geno's player of the game, Cole Timon. With 2 down. And Cole is 0 for 2 today. But you're still a winner if you remember Cole's name. Go out to Geno's tomorrow and mention Cole's name. Get yourself a free soft drink. And maybe he'll still come through for you today. Pitch is fouled back into the screen for strike 1. Here's the pitch, and it's a chopper foul at the plate. Beavers looks in and delivers. It's outside. Counts even at 2-2. Oh no, check that. That's 1-2. By the way, the numbers on Chouette, 5 innings pitched, gave up 2 runs, both were earned on 4 hits, struck out 3, and walked 4. Pitch is high and away, counts even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here's the pitch. Chopper foul on the left side into the Cavalier dugout. Timon steps back in. Beavers delivers. High fly ball, shallow right field. Trainer coming in, he makes the catch. So, Cavaliers go down in order, 1, 2, 3, and no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've completed 6, and it's the River Rats 6 and the Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving western Wisconsin.
Drew Wathke back on the mound for the Cavs. We have this score. After 6 innings, the Osseo Merchants are leading the Eau Claire Rivermen by a score of 5-0. Rivermen looking to remain unbeaten in the CRBL South. And they're trying to open up their lead over the Rivermen, who are only a game out. Due up for the River Rats, we have Eli Rambo, Kyler Hove, and Owen Welch.
Get off the top of the 7 for the River Rats. First baseman, Eli. Don't call me Stallone. Rambo.
Rambo is 1 for 3. He's singled. And the first pitch is a called strike. He's also struck out and popped out to third. No balls and 1 strike. And now it's 1-1. And that one got him in the back. So Rambo is hit by the pitch. And Jeremy goes, "You don't want to do that to Rambo. He's going to come and have some business with you." Kyler Hove at the plate. He's 1 for 3. RBI single and scored a run back in the second inning. And the first pitch is a strike. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. O'Brien moves over, makes the catch for the out. That'll bring up Owen Welch. Welch is 0 for 2. Grounded to third. Struck out. He drew a walk his first time out. As I mentioned, he's the other number 3 out there. They have 2 of them. And it's right up the middle of the infield, too. Hove takes his lead. Swing and a miss. Counts even at 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one's low. It got away from O'Reilly, and he airmails it into center field. And so Hove is on third. Or check that that's Rambo on third. So give Rambo second base on the wild pitch, and then third base on the error by O'Reilly. That pitch was low. It's now 3 balls and a strike. High pop foul. And it's off the bleachers.
That ball brought to you by the Northern Light Webcasting Network for NLWN-TV. You find it on the web at northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com.
Full count to Owen Welch, and it's high and away for ball 4. That puts runners on the corners. Puts us back at the top of the order. Mitch Lewis. Wathke delivers, and it's high. Here's the pitch, swinging and a miss. This is a pinch hitter. Will Gillick is in to hit. Throw down to second, and the runner's in safe. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Will Gillick. Here's the pitch. That's high. Counts even at 2-2. And the pitch, foul back into the net. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, runner on second. Drew Wathke delivering to Will Gillick. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Two down. So Jake Busson steps up to the plate. And the pitch, fly ball out into left field. Trying to cut it off is Kapanke, but not before it gets to the wall. Run comes in to score. And Busson checks in with a double. It's his second double of the night. And in to score is Owen Welch. And that makes it 8-2, the Hudson River Rats on top. Cavs digging a bit of a hole again. Ground ball over to short. Boda with the play, gets it over to Timon at first for the out. But not before some damage was done. 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 Cavalier error and 1 left on base. So we've completed, well, we're in the middle of the 7th. So it's time for the 7th inning stretch on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Third baseman, Katie Buda.
So the Cavaliers come to the plate. And a pop-up to second base by Cade Mueller, and he was pretty frustrated with that one. He got under it. It went straight up. And that's going to bring up Connor O'Reilly, I should say. And the first pitch is a strike. Connor O'Reilly is 1 for 2. Check swing, and it's a strike. He singled his last time up. Ended up scoring. Pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Final score from Osseo, it was the Merchants 6 and the Rivermen nothing. And swing and a miss by O'Reilly for an out. That brings up Luke Erickson, who's 0 for 2. Popped to short and then fouled out to the catcher when he tried to lay down a bunt. Here's the pitch, and it's a called strike on the outside corner. Here's the wind and the 0-1 pitch. High pop-up into shallow center field. Moving over is Hudson, and he made the catch. So for the Cavaliers, nothing across in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We head to the 8th with the Hudson River Rats on top by a score of 8-2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, June 10th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Midwest Warriors from Simpson Field on the UW Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, June 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Got some defensive changes for the Cavaliers, but stepping up to the plate is Teddy Donna. Donna is 2 for 4, and he fouls one off the right side. He's singled, he's doubled, he struck out twice. For the Cavaliers defensively, Jack Redwine now is out in right field, and Luke Erickson is out in center field. Xavier Bemnister becomes the designated hitter. And Gabe O'Brien, I believe, is also the extra hitter. One ball and one strike. And that one missed. 2-1. Foul back into the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I didn't think you could bring the extra hitter in. And strike 3 was the call. So Teddy Donna strikes out for the 3rd time. Taylor Mattern coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 and 3 walks. He struck out his 1 official at bat. And the first pitch is a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one was like about a 58-foot changeup.
Yeah. See if he could chase that one.
Drew Wathke goes into his wind and the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. And the pitch, that's outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Swing, foul tip into the glove, but it's a strike. 3-2. Foul back. That's up on the ledge. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike 3 called. Teddy Donna, or Taylor Matson, I should say, thought that was ball 4, but no such luck. Jason Holler comes to the plate. Popped out to the catcher his first time up, or his last time up, I should say. He's 0 for 4. Struck out twice, got on an error. And it's fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. We wait a little bit to see if Teddy Joas is going to make that call. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Wathke winds and delivers. Ground ball foul down the first baseline. Count remains at 2-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. I was getting ready to move on that one. It just wasn't coming back quite as far, but it had the right trajectory to make life exciting.
Yes.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to Erickson at second. Scoops it, throws it over to first, and they made the play. So, for the first time tonight, the River Rats go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cavs have a lot of runs to get as they're trailing 8-2 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Back here at Carson Park. Bottom of the 8th inning. Cavaliers down by 6. Ben Boda to lead things off. Then we'll go back to the top of the order. And it's fouled back into the net. Boda has popped to short and popped to third. Here's the pitch. Foul back over the press box. Cody Beavers on the mound in relief. James Chouette. Pitches outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a called third strike to Ben Boda. Caden Erickson coming up. He's 1 for 3. Single to right field his last time up. Got an RBI. I think Steve Kent just called him Mr. Colfax. Line shot out into left field. No, it is caught out there by Bussin. He moved over and he caught the Bussin.
Yeah, good hustle by Bussin there.
Because that was slated for a base hit, and Bussin went over and snagged it. So, Campbell Kapanke got an infield hit his last time up. That was that high hopper that the pitcher couldn't come down with, and he beat it out at first base. He hit one that's going to find the gap. Cut off there by Mattern and throwing it in, and it holds Kapanke to a single.
Yeah, just a good solid hit there.
So Kapanke's gone 2 for 3 today. That brings up Gabe O'Brien, and O'Brien is 1 for 2, singled, popped out to the second baseman. With 2 down. First pitch is a called strike. Here's the pitch. High pop foul. It's out of play. Off the bleachers on the left side.
That's what the Cavs have to do right now, is just get these bats active.
No balls and 1 strike to Gabe O'Brien. Long fly ball foul to right field. That's going to land out in the fan deck area. That one, Cassie, is over by where we're parked.
We didn't hear any noise over there.
Didn't set off your car alarm or anything.
You won't hear any noise when Cassie sees the window and she screams.
Jeremy goes, you won't hear anything till Cassie sees her window and screams. Strike 3 called over the outside corner, and Gabe O'Brien goes down looking. So for the Cavaliers, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We head to the 9th with The River Rats 8 and the Cavaliers 2. Your 2 to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Sunday, June 11th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:05 p.m. That's a live Eau Claire Cavalier doubleheader on Sunday, June 11th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
So we head to the 9th with the Hudson River Rats on top, 8-2. And looks like we might get a little work going on down in the Cavalier bullpen.
Maybe Xavier?
Yeah, well, I'm seeing Xavier heading down there. It could be. Drew Wathke on the mound. This is going to be his longest appearance so far this season.
Yeah, I can't tell from here if that's Pasco.
No, it's Woodcock down there.
Tyson Woodcock. Okay.
So, leading off the top of the 9th inning is Eli Rambo. Rambo took one in the back his last time up. So he's 1 for 3. Fly ball into shallow center field. Bemnister coming in, but out is Boda, and he makes the catch. That's going to bring up Kyler Hove. Hove is 1 for 4. An RBI single in the second inning, scored a run. Popped one up, foul territory. Timon over to make the catch. 2 down. Owen Welch coming to the plate. Welch is 0 for 2, grounded to third, struck out. He's also walked twice. And that's not Owen Welch at the plate. And a fly ball, foul territory.
Number 6.
And we don't have whoever number 6 was, but he went down. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Does anybody believe in miracles? Yes. Cassie says yes. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and it's 8-2, the Hudson River Rats on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
So we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Cavs trail by 6. Jeremy says if they're going to put together a rally, he's sure hoping it's for 7 and not just 6. Jeremy's missing his pillow, I think. Jack Redwine to lead off the bottom of the ninth. Redwine doubled. He's also grounded out and flew out to right. High pop-up towards second base. Welch over and makes the catch. That'll bring up Xavier Bemnister. He's 0 for 1. He walked twice and then popped out to the pitcher. Swing and a miss, and strike one. Ball got away from Kyler Hove. No balls and a strike. Strike called at the letters right down the middle of the plate. The 0-2 pitch. That's outside for a ball. Here's the 1-2. Fouled away. Xavier doing what he needs to do to try to stay alive. And the pitch. That's inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the wind in the pitch. And that one got him. When you need base runners, you get on any way you can. That's going to bring up Cole Timon. He is our Geno's player of the game, so hey, what do you say we bring him around here in the 9th inning and at least get an appetizer out of today? Go out to Geno's Pizza tomorrow, mention his name, at least you get a soft drink. Pitch is high for a ball. So thankful for the nice folks out at Geno's Pizza for providing us with the player of the game. Pitch is inside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. High pop-up, it's in the infield. Welch is coming in, and he makes the catch. Good thing there aren't any clouds tonight because that would have brought rain. 2 down. Runner on first, and it's all up to Cade Mueller. He popped to second his last time up. Check swing. Inside for a ball. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Here's the pitch. That's high and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch, that was inside, a belt buckle polisher. Usually hear that referred to in a dance, not so much baseball, but it applied there. Soft fly ball caught by the second baseman, and that's going to be the ball game. So for the Cavaliers in the 9th, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. All 3 outs were made by Welch at second base. And the final score, the Hudson River Rats 8 and the Cavaliers 2. Winning pitcher, James Schwett, and the losing pitcher was Jackson Vance. We'll have more about today's game coming up when we get to talking baseball. And we'll have that coming up in just a minute. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game. Time now for Talkin' Baseball, with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game, presented by Mama Squirrel's Cleaning and more. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back out here at Carson Park. Rick Olson, along with Dan Petchow, Cassie Johnson Nelson on the computer, and Jeremy DeGrosse on the camera. And the Cavaliers drop one tonight by a score of 8-2 to the Hudson River Rats. That's a 2-game losing streak for the Cavaliers. Going to have to try to right the ship come Sunday. And we're going to have a talk with Ryan Bemnister in just a little bit once he's ready to come up here and once he's done talking to the players. The winning pitcher tonight was James Chouette. It just is a strange-looking name. But anyway, James Chouette, he went 5 innings, and he gave up the 2 runs that the Cavaliers scored, but that wasn't going to be enough tonight. Losing pitcher, Jackson Vance, and Vance went 5 1/3. The first 5 weren't too bad, but then he gave up 3 runs in the 6th inning and got himself in a bit of a pickle. Vance's record goes to 1 win and 1 loss. His ERA is going to go up a tad bit after tonight. The bright spot for the Cavaliers was the relief pitching of Drew Wathke. He came in and threw he threw 4 1/3 or 4 2/3 innings, and was pretty effective. In fact, in the 4, in fact, he faced the minimum. Well, maybe not quite. No, I take it back. It was 3 2/3, and he kind of got roughed up in one of the innings, but otherwise he did all right. And last 2 innings shut him down in order. Did some fairly effective pitching. But the Cavalier bats have just been a tad bit anemic. And I'll tell you what, we're going to take a bit of a break while we wait for, although he's still down talking to the team. Tell you what, Dan, what'd you see tonight?
I think Hudson watched the other game, the Holman game, because they did exactly the same thing. They just dunked it in the outfield, got guys on base. You know, they stole some bases early in the game, got guys in scoring position, and when you do that, you just start scoring runs, put guys on base, and get them around to home.
Yeah, one of the things that I noticed, and I mentioned it earlier, is that the Cavaliers early in the game would get 2 outs and then just find it really difficult to get that 3rd out.
Yeah, you know, they worked around the plate, and when they put one down the middle, that's when Hudson would respond. So they tried to work that outside, and they just couldn't get that 3rd out.
So the meeting on the field has broken up, and so I do believe that Ryan Bemnister is making his way over to the gate and start heading up this way. So we're going to take a bit of a break until he gets here, and you're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, June 10th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Midwest Warriors from Simpson Field on the UW Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, June 10th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes.
We're back here at Carson Park, and joining us is Ryan Bemnister. And, well, Ryan, this was not exactly what you were hoping to happen tonight.
No, not really. Like I say about all the teams we're playing, they're all good. Every team that we have in the schedule is really good, and we're all going to get their best. And we saw 2 good pitchers out there today from Hudson, and they had, their 1 through 5 hitters were pretty damn good. We did everything we could on the mound. Those guys battled out there. We walked a few guys that we kind of hurt us a little bit. If you look, I think they scored 8 runs on 7 hits. You're not going to win a lot of games when you do stuff like that. You're not going to win a lot of games when you only have 6 hits yourself. So, yeah.
Yeah, one of the things, and I commented about it during the game, it seemed like Jackson Vance just ran into some tough luck during that game, because he'd get 2 outs in an inning, and that 3rd out just became really elusive. And that's when it seemed like when the damage was getting done.
Yeah, it was. He was having, all game long, he was having a little bit of problems spotting a couple of pitches. There'd be 40% of the time his curveball would be right where he wanted it. The other 60 would be in the dirt and past. Connor played really well behind the plate, but, that guy worked his butt off to keep that ball in front of him as much as he could. Then he'd just lose the location on his fastball, and he knew it, and he tried to correct it, and then he'd start aiming a little bit, and that's when he made mistakes. And good hitters like that with Hudson are gonna hit those mistakes.
And I'll tell you what, though, I was impressed with Drew Wathke coming in tonight. The last 2 innings that he threw, 6 batters, 6 up, 6 down. You can't ask for more than that. He got roughed up a little bit in the 7th.
They gave up 2 runs that inning. It came with 2 outs again. Type of thing.
But he kind of set it up, though. He hit a batter and then walked a batter, and got it. So he kind of dug his own hole there, and then gave up the double that scored the 2 runs.
Yeah, and looking back at that, just like I said earlier, scoring 8 runs on 7 hits, there's going to be hit batsmen, there's going to be a lot of walks, and those are the ones that hurt us all day long. It wasn't a string of 5 doubles in a row or a bunch of singles or a home run. It was a bunch of walks, a couple of mistakes, a couple of letting guys get free bases on a couple steals where we're not watching, and then those guys get driven in by whatever it took to drive those guys in. And we couldn't execute on our side, and Hudson did. And, and I give credit to Drew and Jackson. When they got in those trouble innings, they worked out of them. Drew gave up those 2 runs that inning. Jax gave up the couple the inning before, and I put Drew in with trouble when I pulled Jax, and he got out of it there. So, I can't wear on the pitchers very much. They both pitched phenomenal tonight. It just, sometimes it's not your night and you miss your spots, and a couple of walks are going to hurt you, and that's what happened.
The other thing that we need to remember is overall, the Cavs are a pretty young team, and you were missing some experienced players tonight, and with the Black Magic Woman showing up all
We're
of
at
a
a
sudden.
concert, guys. This is enjoyable.
But they're young. You had, like I said, you had some experienced guys that were missing tonight. So you even had to accentuate the youth of your roster tonight. And some of them are just getting used to playing at this level.
Yeah, there's a couple of young guys, and like they're still getting their feet wet and stuff like that. But I mean, there's not a single. I told these guys afterwards too. I said, if I didn't believe in you and what you could bring to the table for the Cavs, I wouldn't put you in a game regardless. I don't care who's missing. I don't care who's sick, who's up, who's down, that kind of stuff. I have faith in every single one of our players, and that's what I've told them. I've said, I'm not going to stop playing you. You're going to continue to play. Everybody seems to be playing pretty evenly throughout everything with all the roster with 19 guys. I mean, they're sharing time. They're going to get time no matter what. And I would believe in them, and I will never quit believing in those guys.
And if you've got a young team, the only way to get them experience is to play them.
Yeah.
And so now that's happening, and these guys chalk this one up to experience.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of true. If you do look at it, the guys that are on base most for us tonight were the guys that have been here for 3 years. You know, and it's just look at it. You can look at the stats later on if you want to, but I mean, our 2, 3, 5 hitters were on base all the time. I mean, we had, you know, Gabe was on base a couple times. I think Xavier was on base 3 times. Cam was on base 2, 3 times. I mean, those are the guys that are experienced, have been with us for a year, 2, 3, that kind of stuff, that are just got it. They're leading, and these guys just have to follow.
Well, 8-2, it's never a real happy thing, but Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks on Sunday, doubleheader.
Yeah, hey, a loss is a loss, but you learn from it, and you turn the page on it, and you get better from it, and we're going to go to play here Sunday at Carson Park again, and hopefully we take 2 from them and get back to what we're used to doing, which is winning baseball games.
Yeah, by the way, the Osseo Merchants did defeat the Eau Claire Rivermen 6-0 down in Osseo, so they stretched that lead a little bit in the South Division. So
okay,
it makes it even a little more important that you take 2 from Chippewa. And
yeah.
So folks, when you come to the Carson Park, bring your brooms with you, and maybe you can make good use of them on Sunday.
I sure hope so.
Well, thank you for joining us, Ryan, and we'll be back to wrap up Talking Baseball right after this timeout. You're tuned to Talking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Run an ad.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson, along with Dan Petchow, Cassie Johnson-Nelson, and Jeremy DeGrosse, as we're just wrapping up Talking Baseball here. Dan, your thoughts about today's game?
Yeah, I think we're getting that time of the year already that the players maybe kind of lose a little focus, but they're going to hang in the season. We'll get back into conference play, and we'll start on Sunday.
And that's a pretty important one. So, hey, don't forget to join us on Sunday. That's June 11th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV as we bring you the Cavaliers getting back into CRBL action as they take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader from Carson Park here in Eau Claire. Coverage begins at noon with the In the Dugout show, followed by all the play-by-play action. Don't forget, tomorrow, join us on NLWN-2 for exciting Eau Claire Cowboys football. The Cowboys are going to take on the Midwest Warriors the undefeated Midwest Warriors from Simpson Field at UW Eau Claire. Cowboy kickoff starts at 3:30 p.m. with the live play-by-play action following. That's on NLWN-2. The Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veteran's identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. Today's Geno's player of the game was Cole Timon. And Cole Timon did not score today, but go out to Geno's tomorrow anyway and mention his name, and you will get yourself a free soft drink. That's out at Geno's Pizza at the intersection of I-94 and Highway 93, right next to Action City. Want to remind you that today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is being brought to you by Geno's Pizza, like I said, right next to Action City near the intersection of Highways 93 and I-94. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. The Goat Coffee House at 336 Water Street for good food and great sandwiches. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Menominee Eye and Optical with quality personalized care for you and your family. Mama Squirrels Cleaning and more. Ready to get your house sparkling. Your Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Slayton's Technology Service, the official IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. So be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Cassie Johnson-Nelson and Jeremy DeGrosse and Dan Petchow, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again, the Hudson River Rats 8 and the Eau Claire Cavaliers 2. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.